Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen with the Tough Eggs. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at my first ever ship, the Origin 325A. I purchased this way back in 2012 with the Arbiter Pledge package, after watching a video promoting the game by the mighty Jingles, the Great Gnome Overlord himself. So the name of that package should be a bit of a throwback to older Star Citizen players and goes to show just how long I've been following the development of this title. Now, the 325A is a light fighter / interdictor based on the 300 series developed, according to the game's lore, in 2899, though the 325A variant was released to the general public in 2940. The ship is 27.5 meters long, 17 meters wide, and 8 meters in height, meaning for her class she's a rather large ship, similar in size to an Avenger Titan. Though this increase in size does come with some benefits. The Origin has a higher HP pool than vessels like the Arrow, meaning you'll be able to take a bit more punishment. The increase in size also allows the 325A to sport some improved weapons, coming with a nose-mounted size 4 hardpoint and 2 wing-mounted size 3 hardpoints. To bring some added oomph to the firepower, the Origin can sport 8 missiles, 2 422 missile racks and a single 143 missile rack. This gives the 325A a bit of a leg up in terms of missile damage compared to other light fighters. As an added extra, this single-seat fighter also contains a cargo ramp, capable of holding 4 SCUs of cargo. However, the physics model is a bit janky at the moment. Continuing the luxury aesthetic, we're going to move towards the interior. Gone were the previous gull wing doors, replaced with a smaller, more functional side entry door, similar to a private jet. The interior of the 300 series is bespoke, housing a fitted bed, toilet, washroom, cooking station, weapon rack and clothing locker, all of this within a very small space. Also, the roof of the ship is clear, allowing for a tiny bit of stargazing if that ever took your fancy. For such a small ship, it does come with quite a few amenities, giving it a step up again in terms of other starter ships, as I believe there's only 2 other ships in the game currently in this price bracket that give you all of these added extras. And when bed logouts officially work, it'll be a lovely little bonus. The final portion of the ship's interior is the cockpit, featuring a form-fitting cockpit chair. When powered up, the pilot has access to 4 MFDs, otherwise known as multifunction displays, which are all customizable. There's also a 3D radar display. Also to note is the incredible field of view, allowing a clear vision of all areas in the ship and outside of the ship, unlike some vessels like the Titan. Now we've had a brief look at the ship, let's jump over to Urkel and I'll break down my recommended build. As always, a link to Urkel will be in the description. Okay, so here we are on Urkel.games. First things first, let's take a look at the shields and power plant. So, I've got a JS300 military grade A power plant. That's going to give me more than enough power to fuel anything on this ship. And then for shields, I'm running the FR66 military grade A shield that gives 6,120 hit points, and all round is probably the best shield at the moment. And then to increase that ballistic protection, I don't have access to a Sukarant, so I'm running the Guardian industrial grade B shield. This can provide 70 to 90% physical absorption, which is better than most of the shields which cap at 50%. It's a very good shield to have on hand. Okay, next let's take a look at the weapons. So for the fixed size 4 gun, I'm running the attrition 4, and then I'm running 2 fixed size 3 attrition 3s. These give 3,236 DPS at 700 degrees, so the hotter they are, the more damage they do. Also, you need to be quite close with these guns, as they do have damage fall off, one of the 2 guns in the game that have damage fall off at the moment, so you want to be keeping below 300 meters distance to keep that damage at peak. An honourable mention would be the Rhinos and Badgers. They do a great job and don't have damage fall off, so depends what you fancy. And then for the missile payload, I'm running 4 Rattler 2s as always, and then 4 Thunderbolt 3s, so that gives me 4 missiles that can launch from 10 kilometers away and 4 missiles that can launch from 3 kilometers away. Secondly, we're going to talk coolers, so I'm going to run a Glacier cooler and a Snowblind cooler. The Snowblind gives great burst cooling, and the Glacier is one of the better all-round size 1 coolers. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the Quantum Drive, and in any size 1 ship, I'd run the Atlas, as it allows you to travel to all distances on the map in 1 tank, though it does take a bit longer than some of the larger ones. Okay, now that we've got the base loadout setup. Let's go back into the game and see how the ship fares. Okay, now that we've checked out my recommended build, let's see how the 325A handles itself with day-to-day usage. Firstly, let's show off her combat prowess with some bounty hunting. Okay, so first things first, let's fly into the combat area. This is a low value target here, just showing how it can easily take out a similar sized aircraft. There we go, Gladius got him a couple of shots there. Another Gladius strafing it with those size 4 and size 3 attritions. Got to bear in mind attritions do most of their damage at 300 meters or less, so if you're going to run these attritions, try and keep that distance quite short. And here we are going up against a larger target, a Valkyrie and a VHRT. So we're coming in, firing some of those size 3 missiles, and then again closing the distance while strafing. The DPS will be exponentially increasing the closer we get to the target. So I'm just circle strafing, closing the gap, making us both slow down here by doing these flybys. Okay, so now I'm on his rear. He can't really shake me at this point. I've slowed down, he's slowing to a crawl. And we're just keeping all our damage focused in one area. So ploughing through his forward shield, avoiding his return fire. And there he goes. So it can really do the damage. If you can get in close, get into a knife fighting engagement, you can really kick ass. In one simple tip, if you're getting G-lock, just roll your vessel and it'll help you remove that effect. Something else to note about the 325A is the expedite fee is only 3,500 UEC, and once done it does only take around 2 minutes to get the ship back into your inventory. So in the event that you do die, or your ship's destroyed, or a random asteroid doesn't spawn in and you've collided with it, it doesn't take too long to get back into the game. Next, let's see how the 325A handles other missions in the game, such as bunker missions or box missions if being a space Uber driver is what you prefer to do. So the 325A handles in atmosphere incredibly well. It yaws, pitches and rolls really well. Not quite as good as an arrow, but it is very good. Noticeably, it accelerates and decelerates very well in atmosphere too, and that large flight wing structure really does help it with in atmosphere flight. It also looks pretty stunning when you're coming into land. However, that lower ramp, as I've said earlier, with its broken physics at the moment can cause some issues. So you can place boxes on there, but sometimes it doesn't raise with them in the hold still, and they kind of clip out and get in the way. In armistice zones, that can be a problem as you can't equip a tractor beam to load things into the actual ship itself. However, in areas where there's no armistice zone, it's not really a problem. You just use a tractor beam and pop them into your ship, as I'll show you in just a second. So here we are, just bringing a box back to the rear ramp on the 325A, and I'm just going to show you this clipping issue. And once this gets solved, it really won't have any further problems with this, but I'll just give you a quick show. So I'm going to place the box there, all 3 of them, and then we're going to raise the ramp. As you can see, 2 of the boxes didn't go up. 1 of them did go up, but it's clipping in and out, and the ramp is still down even though it's supposed to be up. So the workaround for this is to use the tractor beam to manually load the boxes into the 325A. Unfortunately, it's one of those few ships in the game where you can't get access to it without using a ladder, which means it's a bit difficult to put boxes in, unlike the Titan's ramp. This can be a bit annoying, especially in areas with an armistice zone, because you won't be able to pull out the tractor beam. But as long as you're in an area without this, or you're doing a mission such as recovering a black box, it's not really a problem. So to summarise, the 325A is a great little starter ship. I'd definitely say it's overlooked. If you're looking for a sleeker, faster and more agile version of the Avenger Titan, then the 325A may just be the ship for you. It certainly packs a punch and is very versatile. Once those pesky ramp clipping issues are corrected, this ship will be able to really shine. It may not beat the Titan just yet, but I'd certainly rate this a solid 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment and even subscribe. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.